Hey guys, with fall in full swing, we are definitely headed into soup season. I love a great soup for dinner because it's the kind of thing you can make a huge batch of on Sunday and then freeze to have throughout the weeks or months ahead. So for this episode, I've actually come together with Meg of What's Up Moms to show you how you can make 2 fantastic soup recipes suitable for freezing. So after my video is done, be sure to head over to Meg's channel and you can see her wonderful soup idea that's also perfect for freezing. Now, if you're not familiar with Meg and the What's Up Moms channel, you guys are in for a treat. I encourage you to head on over there and subscribe. And there, Meg is going to show you how you can make so many wonderful family-friendly recipes that'll keep everybody well-fed throughout the year. She has 3 kids of her own, so she definitely knows her way around the kitchen. And while you're over there, you also want to check out some of their hilarious parodies that will have you cracking up. They're so funny and so clever. And I think you'll also enjoy some of the DIY projects that Brooke will show you how to make. Some really cute, clever ideas. So for my part, I'm going to show you how to make a creamy potato soup with shredded chicken and peas. That is the perfect meal because it's like a full dinner in one soup bowl. Let me show you how to make it. So the first thing we want to do is roast our chicken. So you're going to start with bone-in, skin-on chicken breasts and go ahead and put them on a sheet pan fitted with a rack. That'll just help catch some of the fat as it roasts, and pop it in a 400-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. You just want to make sure that that skin is golden brown and the chicken is cooked through. Once it's done, you can take it out and allow it to cool while we prep the rest of the soup. In a large stock pot, you're going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 yellow onion that's been diced, 2 celery stalks that have been chopped, and 2 cloves of garlic that have also just been roughly chopped. We're going to actually puree this soup at the end, so all of these things don't need to be cut perfectly. You're going to saute your vegetables just until they're nice and tender and fragrant. Should take about 5 minutes or so. And then at that point, we're going to add 2 russet potatoes that have been peeled and cubed. And then we're also going to add 4 cups of chicken broth. And then at this stage, we just want to make sure that those potatoes become nice and fork tender. And what I like to do is just put my lid on my pot, but don't have it fit perfectly snug because you don't want the whole thing to boil over. So I just sort of place it a little bit off to the center to allow some of the steam to evaporate. So we're going to let that simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes. Meanwhile, we can shred our chicken. So remove the skin, and then with 2 forks, just go ahead and shred the chicken off the bone into bite-sized pieces. And you can transfer that to a bowl. And at this point, your potatoes are probably ready. So then what I like to do is just transfer it to a blender, just in batches. You probably won't fit the whole thing in the blender at the same time, but that's okay. It's better if you do it in batches because you'll end up with a nice, finer, more pureed soup. And then at that point, you can take your soup and put it in your cleaned out stock pot. So you want to make sure it's nice and clean. And then we're going to add ½ cup of milk, a teaspoon of salt, and freshly cracked pepper to taste. And then if you like pepper, another thing I actually like to add is a little dash or 2 of white pepper. I love the combination of white pepper and potato. It's such a delicious, comforting taste. But if you're not a big fan of pepper, you can leave it out. But if you have it in the cabinet, it's a good thing to add. And then at this point, we're going to add our chicken and a cup of frozen peas. If your soup is looking a little too thick, you can go ahead and thin it with a little bit of chicken broth. That's a good thing to do to thin your soup and still retain its flavor. If you add more milk, you'll actually start to dilute that flavor, so it's better to just go with the chicken stock. So at this point, your soup is done, and what you want to do if you're going to freeze it is allow it to cool completely. Then once it's cooled, I like to transfer it into individualized portions. Anytime you're freezing a big batch of something, unless you're going to actually eat the whole batch, I do like to parcel it out. That way, you're only reheating what you need, and you can keep the rest in the freezer. Now this soup will last in your freezer for at least 3 months. And this is a great thing too if you have anybody who's just had a baby or has somebody that's ill at home or just needs quick and easy nutritious meals. It's a great thing to bring over to them. But to keep track of my freezer meals, I do mark them. And I like to just use some painter's tape or masking tape because it'll come off really easily. And then just write what it is. So I just will put chick soup and then the date. So then you'll know how long it'll last for. Then when it comes time to reheating your soup, all you need to do is just put it on a low simmer, heat it until it's totally cooked through, then ladle it out into some bowls. And then I do like to garnish it with a little bit of minced chives. The chives really brings out the flavor of the potato and the onion and the celery. You'll find that this soup is so hearty and comforting. It has all your food groups represented, from the potato to the chicken to the peas. It's a real crowd pleaser that everybody in the family will love. I hope you guys give this one a try and let me know what you think. And I also hope that you head on over to What's Up Moms and check out Meg's soup idea. She's got another great one for the freezer as well. All right, you guys, I will see you back here next time for another delicious and easy recipe. Until then, bye.